a foul night and the small boat was sailing perilously close to the rocks. Suddenly, the captain shouted to his passengers, "Does anyone know how to pray?" "Yes, I do," said a pious-looking man at the back. "Okay, you pray, and the rest of us will put on life jackets. You see, we're one short." Due to severe weather conditions, some of the scheduled flights had to be canceled, and the passengers found seats on other services. One particular flight to Los Angeles was postponed indefinitely, and the ground staff were frantically trying to get the passengers rebooked. As the passengers waited in line, one arrogant man strode to the front of the queue and demanded immediate attention. "I must have a first-class seat on the next flight," he demanded. "I can't here wait all day." "Excuse me, sir, we're going as quickly as we can. If you would like to get back into the queue, we'll see you as soon as possible," said the airline attendant. "How dare you dismiss me, young lady?" he spluttered. "Do you know who I am?" "No, I don't," she said. "But there's no need to panic." And with that, she picked up the microphone and sent out a message over the public address system. "May I have your attention, please? I have a passenger at gate 11 who does not know who he is. If anyone can help, please come to the gate as soon as you can. Thank you." A ladies' man stops for the night at a country hotel, and as he signs in, he notices a beautiful blondie sitting alone at the hotel bar. While the receptionist is sorting out the paperwork, he saunters over to the blondie and returns a couple of minutes later with the girl on his arm. Grinning, he says to the receptionist, "Would you believe it? I've just bumped into my wife. So we'd better have a double room." The following morning, he goes to pay his bills and discovers it's for more than £2,000. "What the hell's this for?" he splutters. "I've only been here one night." "Of course, sir, but your wife has been here for more than a week." A man moves to a small town out in the middle of the bush, and after a few days he asks the locals what they do for sex. "Shag sheep," comes the reply. Horrified at the thought, the man ignores them, but 2 months later, with no sign of any female company, he eventually gives way and goes out to find himself a little sheep. He takes it back to his place and spends the night in pleasure. The next morning, feeling much revived, he takes the sheep to the local bar for a drink. But when he walks in, he's faced with a deadly silence. At least he can stand it no more and shouts loudly, "What the fuck are you all staring at? It's you lot who told me this is what you do." "That's right," one of them replies, "but not with the mayor's special friend." Traveling through Wales, an Australian tourist spots a farmer with the back legs of a sheep stuck down his Wellingtons. "Good day," says the tourist. "Are you shearing that sheep?" "Not bloody likely," replies the farmer. "Catch one of your own." 3 men find themselves sharing a railway carriage to London. Two are brothers. The third is a GI soldier. You're American, aren't you? Asked one of the brothers. I sure am, he replies. I'm on leave and I'm going to visit this gal in London. What did he say? Asks the other brother, who has very bad hearing problems. He says he's going to London to see a girl, shouts the other brother. She must be very special for you to come all the way, continues the brother. She sure is. What's he saying? Asks the deaf brother. He says his girl is very special. Yep, as soon as she sees me, she rips my clothes off and does things with her little box of tricks that I've only ever dreamed about. My Patsy's a real goer, enthuses the soldier, leaning forward to his seat. What's he saying? Interrupts the deaf brother. He says he knows our sister, came the reply. A voluptuous young lady got on the bus, but discovered she couldn't climb the stairs because of her tight skirt. She reached behind her and undid the zipper, but it didn't seem to make any difference. So she reached behind her a second time and pulled the zipper down again. All of a sudden, the man standing behind lifted her zip up and put her on the top step. She protested. How dare you? Hold on a minute, he replied. Once you'd unzipped my fly for the second time, I reckon we were good friends. The white missionary had lived in the African village for more than 2 years. Everything had gone well until one morning when the chief sent his men to bring the man before him. He looked at the missionary angrily and said, Last night my mother's sister's daughter gave birth to a baby. The baby was white and you are the only white man here. Tonight you will be tied to that post and burned alive. After his initial panic, the missionary beckoned the chief to one side and spoke to him in a low voice. Chief, if you look beyond the village, you can see all the sheep grazing on the hill. They are all white except for one black sheep, and there are no other black sheep in the flock. You see what I mean when I say it looks bad? Okay, replied the chief, flustered. If you don't tell, then I won't tell. Two parachutists are getting ready to jump, and one of them can't help but notice that his companion is wearing dark glasses and holding the lead of a guide dog. He says, May I just say that you have enormous courage to jump when you are blind. I have nothing but the greatest admiration for you. By the way, how do you know when you're near the ground? The other replied, When the lead goes slack. A Russian couple are walking along the road when a car full of tourists pulls up beside them. Excuse me, do you speak English? Asks one of the passengers in the car. The couple just look blank and shrug their shoulders. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? They ask. Still no response. Within the next 30 seconds, the people in the car go through 5 different languages: French, Italian, Spanish, Chinese, and Polish. But still the couple look at them uncomprehendingly. Eventually, the tourists give up and drive away, and the Russian woman turns to her companion and remarks, "It must be wonderful to speak so many different languages." "Rubbish," replied the other. "It didn't get them very far."